All right, what's up, guys? I think you all know what time it is. It's time to hit the button. Today, I'm not alone, though. I got my guy, Randall, with me. If you don't know Randall, he is the very first OddsJam power user. This guy knows more about the software than anybody on the planet. What's up, Randall?
Not much. Might be a stretch to say than anybody on the planet, but definitely do know OddsJam.
Definitely in this room.
In this room, I'll give you that.
So there's that.
I'll give you that.
All right, bro. Here's the thing. Obviously, it's Monday Night Football. We got 2 games on tonight. Let's not bullshit, man. We need to hit the button. You know what I mean? Like it's time. Like
hit the button. Let's find.
I've been hitting the button all day, and to be honest with you, like I can't get enough of it. So refresh. Let's go. If anybody's at WinBet, yep, there it is, still there. You see that, Randall?
Under 42 or under 45?
Yep. The under 42 at WinBet in Massachusetts, it's still sitting there. Plus 148.
Almost 7% EV. Fair odds there, plus 132.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're getting 16 cents of value. That is a definite play on there for sure.
You know what I've been doing, and tell me if I'm wrong. You see how Pinnacle? I just look at Pinnacle first, and then I look at the other guys.
Yep,
that's smart.
Yeah, 100%. Pinnacle is extremely sharp, so that's a good strategy to use there. Pinnacle obviously plus 121, so I mean, getting even more value there. And yeah, I mean, 42. I guess, 23-20 final, but there's been some weird scores in the NFL this year. A lot of these games are landing on some of those dead numbers. So
what if Tampa doesn't score?
They may not.
That means Philly would have to score 43, Randall.
They may not. I think I do like that under 42 plus 148. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not betting it. I'd rather lose than take an under, especially in a primetime game. But at the same time, like if you are a fan of money, that's probably a good move. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely a good move. And I mean, just look at, another thing you can look at there is that the second one down, or I guess it's the third one, the under 45.5 is an EV play. So if you're looking at that, I mean, again, under 45.5, if you key number of 3, now you're at 42.5. So I mean, if it does land 42, you would get a push and your money back. But yeah, both of those could be. I mean, look at Pinnacle there, minus 130 to the under.
Yeah, and you're getting minus 115.
Getting minus 115. I mean,
all right. This is kind of shitty because nobody can bet at win unless you're in Massachusetts or whatever state they have a physical presence. I think there's 2 states, so Nevada or Massachusetts. But I am in Massachusetts, so I count this.
Yeah, definitely not the greatest. It used to be a good book. It was in a lot more states, but yeah, you're lucky.
I am. All right, wait. What do we got here? Hold on. Can you say this name, Zacchaeus? That's the guy from the Falcons? I guess he's on one of these teams now.
I guess so.
One of those receivers under 1.5 receptions. All right, so here, chat, what I want you to do is if you want to make a DFS slip, we can use DGF Fantasy, the correlation tool, the one that we banged out 2 winners yesterday. Just tell Nigel in the chat. But if you want to keep hitting the button, tell Nigel you want to keep hitting the button in the chat. Let me know what you want to do because we got 30 minutes and we can do whatever the hell we want. Because that's how we roll here.
Hey, Slop, a lot of people in the chat are saying this. They're actually not saying it, but I know they're wondering it. How do they hit the button themselves? How, if they wanted to hit the button?
Oh, that's a great question, chat. Right now, just go to the plans page, pick the Positive EV package, and use promo code SLOP at checkout. 2 weeks free. Because I'll be honest with you, I would be hitting the button on a live stream later. I'd say about 7 o'clock tonight. 6:45 to 7:30, I would probably take out of my day to hit the button. Problem is, we've got tryouts tonight, basketball tryouts, and I'm kind of helping run it. So I can't do it live, or else I would. That's when you should be doing it. And that's the thing. I can't be doing it, every day, all the time, always on a live stream. So just get it yourself. It's free for 2 weeks. Try it out. You see what I mean?
Link in the description, people. It can't be easier than that.
Slop, speaking of, hitting the button, we talked about this earlier. The Broncos last night, -1.5 on Bet Rivers was one of the books that opened it up, and it was on the EV page. Broncos are now 3.5 against the Bears. So you're only going to find bets like that if you're on.
Missed it. All right. So remember, earlier today, obviously the greatest bet of all time, Mike Evans, over 4.5 receptions. That was like plus 136. I think I saw that go way down, but there might be another one. I'm pretty close to pulling the trigger on Baker, Randall. What do you think of that?
You going over or under?
Over 226.5 at FanDuel. Everybody has 229.5. Everybody, except for FanDuel. So that means we can do 250 plus if we want to, plus money and get wild, or we could just do the 226.5. That's -110. That's very manageable. I think there's a chance that might be like the greatest bet of all time. I really do. But hear me out. The Eagles stop the run, right? Yep. They can't move the ball at all on the ground. They're getting the D line's just running over Tampa's offensive line, right? Now then Tampa gets on defense, and that Philly line just steamrolls them. I'm talking like pancaking guys left and right. Like the running backs are running wild out there. Nothing's going right. So Eagles are scoring. They're getting tired from running all over them, but they got like 3 running backs, so that's not going to be a problem. They're just going to keep running on them. A.J. Brown's getting long passes. Devonta Smith, Goddard's probably scoring red zone touchdowns. It's just a beatdown, right? But Tampa, they don't quit. They're not going to give up. They're going to keep throwing and stick around. They're at home in front of their home crowd. I mean, they're going to try and put up a fight. They're not the Broncos. They're not going to give up 70 and not fight back. Baker, in that situation, those for like 245 yards, 250.
I like it. I think definitely a situation here where Tampa's trailing. So if that's the case, yeah, they're going to have to throw the ball. Like you said, they're not going to be able to run the ball. So
I don't think so.
I
think that was a fluke. The first week they kind of ran, I think, on Minnesota. I think that was a fluke.
Yeah,
or maybe it was the second week against the Bears. Like I think their run game's a fluke. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
You're right. I mean, and I think Baker only threw for like 160 in that Vikings game, but didn't have to throw the ball. They didn't have to.
They could run it.
Yep. Yeah, I like the over here, 226.5. I mean, I guess you could probably get plus money at 230 plus on FanDuel, maybe 240 plus.
They do that. They're smart. They do the 25-yard increments with quarterbacks.
Gotcha. So 250.
Smart. Those guys are tricky bastards.
they're not giving you even money on over 230. So
no, which I wish they would.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of. Yeah, you could just take that. I don't do a lot of player prop betting, but yeah, I like that. I like
even
that.
looking at the screen, Randall, you can find bangers with the screen. Everybody's got 252 for Stafford. Look at FanDuel hanging with their noses open with 247.5.
Yeah, and that line is on the move as we speak. I mean, all those lines lighting up. I mean, over 247.5. FanDuel is definitely the outlier there. So yeah, if you're betting that, now's the time to grab it. It looks like Pinnacle's 252.5. Caesar's
5 yards,
2.5. Yeah,
that's half a 10.
I mean, 5 yards is definitely worth 5 cents. I mean,
yeah.
if you're laying 115 on MGM, you can lay 110 for over 247.5. So well worth it there. I mean, granted, he probably goes over both, but
yeah, I know what you're saying. But hey, at the end of the day, we always talk about that. If you go back and move all your bets to the best line available at the time,
yep,
you would be shocked at what that would do for your bottom line. Like your wife probably wouldn't be pissed at you for gambling. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. It would change like your relationships and like entire lives. just because like your friends probably wouldn't call you a moron. There's all kinds of things that wouldn't happen to us if we just did the best possible line. Always.
Yep.
You agree with that?
Makes a difference. I mean, and even if it's, shopping or betting the lines early in the week, I mean, week one, I know we've talked about this several times already on the streams that we were doing the last few weeks, but Eagles Patriots is a prime example. I mean, that line was 5.5 all summer, closed 4, Eagles win by 5. Just bet it during the summer and you cash your ticket. So looks like it's still there. Slop under 42 on WinBet.
It's just hanging out. I mean, that's
Baker over a half of an interception, throwing a pick tonight against the Eagles. I mean, he's going to be sitting it.
I mean, if you want to get wild with Baker, you could do the over and pass yards. If he throws a pick, that's going to help you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are like, how's that help? No, that would help. Trust me.
Gonna have to throw it more. So
I get excited when they throw picks, especially pick sixes, because they just put 6 on the board for the other team quickly, and now we get back to work. But we got to throw.
Yep.
Hey, Slop, we have a few questions here. Tracy says he or she is confused. Are we talking about Baker or Stafford, and what is the bet, over 229 or over 250?
Okay, so Baker was 226.5 at FanDuel.
Yep.
That would be over. And then Stafford was over. Do you remember what Stafford was? 247.5. It's on the screen what you can get to. Like, honestly, the screen is the best screen in the history of screens. Like, I've used a lot of these things because obviously you don't want to open up all your books and try and compare lines like that. That takes forever, right? We don't have time for all that. But this screen gives you props. It gives you main market, literally everything. But yeah, so look, you see right here, Stafford 247.5 minus 110. The over that's at FanDuel. The over is minus 110. Every other book has 252.5.
Yep.
BetMGM's like more expensive for 5 more yards. Like, what are we doing? Actually, my bad. If you're taking any of this, go to Fanatics. 245.5. It's minus 130 though. They're wild over at Fanatics. Remember yesterday, Nigel, Fanatics was the one that had Elijah Moore over 3.5 receptions, like plus 125, and everybody else was like minus 115.
Yeah. I do.
Caught 6 balls in the first half, no big deal.
I bring up a couple more questions in here? People are eager to get your guys' opinion on stuff. Kyron Williams rushing line looking good? Question mark.
I kind of like that. All right, so that one I've been scared of all day because we don't know about Burrow. Here's what I think. Burrow's fine, and he's going to go ham. So if that happens, I think that, Kyron Williams is definitely in play. I think the Rams will be able to run on the Bengals.
Okay.
What do you think, Randall? Might be a narrative week for that, too. Like, they just trying to think. They just got rid of Cam Akers, and now they're going to show, hey, guess what, Kyron, you're the guy. Like that, they got that. I don't know. I think Randall, you still hate the Rams because they moved to LA, don't you?
It doesn't impact me. I mean, I used to go to one game a year, but there's a lot of people around here that do hate the Rams. I'm not in that category though. Got the Battlehawks now, so XFL.
Well, if they moved, would you hate them?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I get it. All right, what's the next question?
Receivers tonight. Someone brought up Puka over 100, but just in general, receivers. Any receivers you guys are on tonight?
Mike Evans 100% is going to catch 5 balls tonight at least. Like, no chance. I mean, he would have to get hurt in like the first play of the game to not get over 5. Like, I think that's an absolute gift. I got it at like plus 130 something. Remember that this morning, Nigel? Look at what it is now. They got people out there with minus 108 at Caesars, even money at DraftKings, plus 105 at BetMGM. Yeah, so people came down on that a little bit. That's awesome.
Got the best of the number there.
That's all you got to do, Randall. That's how you play this game. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but so definitely Mike Evans, and then I would say also I was waiting to see Cade Otton if he would go to 3.5, but I would never take that. Oh, he's 3.5 plus 140 at Fanatics. So if you can play at Fanatics, everybody has him 2.5. I would never lay 175 or 174 at 2.5. But I would say 4 for him is not that bad. Remember the first week of the season, the Patriots were just lighting up their linebackers, throwing to the tight ends. And then last week, I think Hawkinson caught like 55 balls. So tight end's going to be open. So there is that against the Eagles. And like we already said, I think the Bucs are throwing tonight. I don't think that the run game is even an option. So maybe even like think about that running back. Evans, I think his name is. No, not Evans. White. Rashad White. 3.5 receptions. That doesn't feel that bad. I mean, we got options here. What do you say, Randall? Anybody?
Hey, Randall, you hear us?
Yeah. What did you say?
Anybody jumping out here receiver wise? Second game. Ooh.
What's Chase's line? 6.5.
6.5. Looks like no plus money around. Yeah, you gotta lay like 140 at Fanatics. That's crazy. All right, so you would never bet that at Fanatics.
No, would not bet it at Fanatics.
And it's minus 113 at FanDuel. So you could never bet that at Fanatics. Just that's the lesson you learn here. Price, okay? Price does matter big time.
Yeah, and Higgins was another one you maybe look at, but I mean FanDuel 4.5 minus 146. I mean,
my bad. I thought Tyler Boyd was 2-2. Tutu Atwell's catching 5 balls. I think Burrow's fine if he's playing. I think they're playing people.
I agree. I think if Burrow goes, he's fine, and
I think he's definitely going. Let me see something. If he's going, that means that they're going to score on the Rams, and Tutu's probably going to catch at least 5 passes. He kind of hangs out close to the line of scrimmage, act like he's not going to do anything, and then boom, he's catching balls. He's done that twice already this season. He's only played 2 games. He's 6 and 7. 7 against the 49ers, too. It's much tougher defense than this Bengals defense.
Yep.
And the Bengals have to show up tonight. Like, there's no not showing up for them. Like, they have to. So, I think they score points, and that means Tutu Atwell plus 114 looks like is the best. You can get that at Caesars. You can get that at FanDuel, over 4.5 receptions. I mean, it would not pop up on the positive EV page, but at Fanatics, they want minus 115 for it. So there's that. All right, so I hope that helps. So Tutu's the one. After all that, Tutu's the one, whoever asked that question. Life changer right there. What else we got? Anything? No one wants to do a DFS ticket?
No, I was going to get back to that, but you guys were in the middle of a conversation. We had a bunch of people who want a DFS ticket, except for Connor Allen, who said he couldn't do it because he lives in Tennessee.
Connor. Also, too, he knows I'm not going to take any unders, so it's probably pissed him off. Because Connor loves the unders. You see what he posted today, Nigel?
I didn't, no.
It was literally a whole slip of unders.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you go hit the button one more time? Because we got a lot of new people in here.
I just did. So Dallas Goedert over 39.5 receiving yards just popped up on FanDuel. That's pretty interesting. I just hate taking a receiver or even a tight end against a team that I think is going to get steamrolled. I think the Bucs are about as fake as possible. They were just in a dogfight with the Bears. Like they won by 10, but they scored a touchdown with like 2 minutes left because Fields threw a pick 6 from like the zone 4. Do you know what I mean? Like that wasn't a real win. Like they were literally in a dogfight with probably the worst team we've seen in like a decade. So I don't know.
Can I contrarian take this real quick? Just a contrarian take for the people.
Yeah,
I think
they're good.
No, but I think the Eagles are a little bit ripe. I mean, let's see. They beat the Vikings and the Pats. That's 1-5 combined right there. They didn't exactly beat them convincingly, although
Pats are a tough out.
No, but I don't think that. I think the Eagles are ripe for an upset. I wouldn't be shocked. They are right.
But what I'm saying is, did you watch them they were just steamrolling Minnesota's D-line off the ball. It was so stupid. It was like, they're not going to lose this team. Like, you realize, like, right then, you're like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. I'm talking when you watch all 5 guys on the line, they all just get pushed back. No one touches the running back for like 9 yards. You're like, how the hell is this happening? Like in the NFL, but it was over and over and over again. So they can just do that whenever they want. Even though the Bucs defense probably is good.
They got Vita Vea up there. I don't think they're gonna be able to push them as easily as they did the Vikings.
Fine. You just go the other way.
Randall, you want to be a tiebreaker on this? You see any possibility that the Bucs not only keep this competitive, but can pull an upset tonight?
I mean, I hope they do, because I'll be hammering the Saints next week, but I don't see it. I think the Bucs could get drilled this game. Maybe, I mean, I could see a 31-10 type of game here.
I'm telling you, Nigel.
Well, I just put it out there for the record, and then I can clip this when the Bucs win tonight and post it on Twitter.
That's actually pretty smart. Tyler Higbee under 3.5 receptions plus 120. I should literally just have player props set up on this when I hit the button, because that's really all I pay attention to. Like I like to scan right past all these other like 6.9% edge, 4.5. I'm like, dude, look at this sweet, not even 1% edge on this player prop. All right, so did anybody want to do DFS ticket?
Yeah, they all want a DFS ticket.
Yeah, we're hitting the button, and man, like nothing's really happening. I'm telling you, closer to 7, you're gonna hit this button. It's gonna look like Christmas Day. It's just bangers, just keep popping up. I'm dead serious. It's ridiculous. That remember Saturday night, Nigel? Like it was crazy. Right before the primetime slate, there was just bet after bet after bet, and I think they all won except for my bet, obviously. The Notre Dame team total did not go, but that was me. That wouldn't even.
I know the button told you not to do it, and you didn't listen.
Yeah,
to the
button was like, dude, that's stupid. The button was saying take the under, but I didn't listen. But even the Notre Dame money line in the first quarter, guess what? They gave me my money back for that. That was just they called that a push. So I called that a win because I thought I lost. All right, let's go to DGF. All right, all right, correlation or optimizer, Randall? Break the tie.
Let's go correlation.
I was gonna say, let's go correlation too. Look at that, up 139 units. ROI per wager 32%. That's stupid. You just knew though. All right, so the DFS sites, all their legs of these 5-leg slips, they're all the same price. They're fixed. So no matter if you take the over under, it's fixed. It doesn't matter. So you knew somebody was going to figure out the math, and especially if they let you correlate, because now it's just a party. Like you couldn't make these slips on FanDuel or DraftKings just because they adjust, juice for like a quarterback receiver, whereas they're not doing it on Underdog. I explained that right, Knight or Randall?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, everything on, like let's just say Prize Picks right there, 6-pick flex. I mean, every single odd or set of odds is minus 119 both ways. So if you're taking the over or the under, it's minus 119 either way. And an example I saw today actually was Slay, I believe, over under 4 tackles, and I think he was like minus 170 on the sports books, but he was minus 119 on Prize Picks. So I mean, you're getting the same odds, like you said, on both sides. And then, yeah, you can throw them in a correlation to where, you take a quarterback over his passing yards, you take a receiver on the same team over their passing yards. I mean, there's a perfect one right there. You've got Hurts over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Smith over 61.5 receiving yards. I mean, those are definitely correlated. You've got Baker over 226.5 passing yards. You've got Godwin over 5 receptions. Again, correlation there. If Baker goes over his passing yards total, much better chance that Godwin has over 5 catches. So yeah, exactly right there.
I kind of like that one. I'm gonna figure out the one I want though. You saw the top one. I was like, nope. It's probably awesome. Probably gonna win. But at the parlay play under. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
The unders though. I mean, it's correlation.
It's correlated. Yep.
Very good correlation there. Receivers under, quarterbacks under. Here you go. This looks like the one for you.
Yeah, that looks fun.
I think this is it.
That might be it. Hang on. Got to be real slick with these things. This looks like it might be a party. Yep.
We're over.
This is the one. This is the one. All right. So the profit margin is 84%. And correlation score is 92.38. 100 is the highest you can get. So this is very correlated. And all that means is these quarterbacks, if they go over these, the other 4 legs are pretty likely to hit. That doesn't mean they're going to hit. So don't be like, oh, you said it was going to hit. No. You have a better shot. That's what I'm saying. All you're trying to do is give yourself a better chance. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you're trying to do with these things. So that's going to be my prize pick slip. I'm not going to make it on here because I'm kind of slow doing it. So it takes forever for me, and I don't want to do that in front of everybody. So just take this. Joe Burrow, this is that prize picks right now. It's a six pick flex. Joe Burrow passing yards over 258.5. Matt Stafford over 253.5 passing yards. Then T. Higgins, is yards over 67.5. Jamar Chase over 6.5 receptions. Van Jefferson over 33.5 receiving yards. Puka Nacua over 6.5 receptions.
Slop, I thought before we close out, I thought I'd remind everybody the last time you gave out a slip on one of these live streams, what happened, and I actually have a graphic to show that just in case they forgot.
Oh, it won. I think you're talking about the one that won. That one in the third quarter too. Well, I'm sorry, at the very beginning of the fourth, but we knew it was going to cash in the third.
Yeah, we did.
So there's that. But yeah, I mean, dude, they're correlated. I mean, again, if you get the quarterbacks, you're in the driver's seat. You know what I mean? Nothing's guaranteed, but at the same time, like, man, you just have so much of a better chance. It's not like you're watching, 6 different games and you need 6 different outcomes. All these things are tied together. So, I mean, if one happens, like the dominoes start to fall pretty quick.
100%.
All right. But anyways, guys, again, promo code SLOP, 2 weeks free at OddsJam. I'm telling you right now, just go hit the button. You're going to love it. I was going to say you're going to get addicted, but I don't think you're supposed to say that. But, like, it feels pretty good just to hit the button all the time, always. But, yeah, if you do that, seriously, hit the button at, like, 7 and send me DMs on Twitter with what you find because I'm going to be, like, knee-deep in, like, little kid basketball tryouts. So I'm going to need some bangers myself. But if you don't have anything else to say, Randall, I don't have anything else to say.
No, enjoy tryouts. Girls basketball season finally here.
It is. It creeps up, but man, pretty soon we're going to be getting NBA slips on our Monday Night Football shows too. That's going to be ridiculous.
That'll be wild. Definitely very excited to see what this tool can produce for the NBA. It's been pretty great so far.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody.